Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Talk About It Tuesday. I'm your host, Alexis Love.
And this is Robert Reed. We definitely are excited to bring this episode of Talk About It Tuesday with Flint ReCAST to you. Remember, ReCAST stands for Resiliency in Communities After Stress and Trauma. We aim to assist high-risk youth and families by supporting the recovery and rebuilding of Flint's vibrant community. So in short, we look to cultivate change, work with partners to collaborate and reshape the narrative surrounding Flint. We do things like improve behavioral health, empower community residents, reduction in trauma, and sustain community change. And so I'm excited because we have a guest here who's been doing a lot of business, a lot of work in the community. Ondante Lott, thank you for being with us.
Oh, man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I've heard a lot about you, actually, and the work that you're doing. But I want more people to know that you are out here doing great work with your organization, Men Motivating Men Worldwide.
Yes, sir.
So we're excited about that. Tell me, how did you come to starting that organization, Men Motivating Men?
Well, it all started, I always helped people, always did community things because I started out as still a current promoter. So I do concerts and parties and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I kind of not been doing that lately. But in my time of doing that in the last 8 years, I was at the Vets Club. So we used to always do a trunk or treat or funeral fundraiser, or somebody lost everything in a house fire. Mm-hmm. We used to do all those type of things at the club before I even got in the organization.
Okay. So you've been in the community, what you're trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know that you are here, Flint. You went, what high school did you go to?
Flint Central, Indians, for life.
For life? All right. So with your organization, I know we were talking a little bit about your experience as well. You said you were working with another organization.
Yeah, I used to be vice president of Sister Supporting Sisters for like 2-3 years. Then I decided to go my own path and do my own thing. And I've done a lot and enough for the women.
Yeah.
So it was time to take care of my own.
Yeah.
And go handle the man and get a man a helping hand and get them some direction and some motivation of what they need to go further in life and strive for greatness.
Absolutely. So I know that is definitely a thankless job, because with what we do, not a lot is focused on the men.
Not at all.
You know?
We're underdogs.
So I'm glad that you really saw that opportunity and stepped up and did some work.
Yes, sir.
Much to be done. I'm just curious as to what type of things do you see that you want people to know? Hey, men need to be seen and supported as well.
Oh yeah, man. We need a helping hand. We need love. We need support. We need care. We need catered to. Mm-hmm. We need peace.
Yep, absolutely. So some of the core services that you work on, you mentioned that you deal with mental health.
Yes,
building
sir.
Confidence and motivation.
Yes, sir. I got a program right now going on called TREE, TREE, acronym for Together Releasing Every Emotion. Group therapy session that's led by licensed therapists. So on every Tuesday, we have one for the male teens, 12 to 17. Formerly at the Flint Public Library, we just moved the location to Oak Street Business Center. And that's on Saginaw Street, Suite 119. And got a youth mentoring program that we do every other Sunday at the same location at the Oak Street Business Center. Formerly was at the Out the Mud studio, and I appreciate their support. And we have a group therapy session for men 18 and up at New Jerusalem Full Gospel Church on Saginaw Street and Carpenter Road, which is every Thursday, 6 to 7:30, and the male teens is 6 to 7:30, and the group therapy, the mentoring program every other Sunday is 2 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay.
So it seems like you're doing a lot of work with men, and it's commonly thought that men aren't as open to therapy as women. So sometimes they're not targeted as much, but with you being hands-on and seeing it, would you say that that's a misconception? And then
No, it's not a misconception. No. It's pulling teeth to get them in there. I give them a flyer and I tell them, I look them down in their eye and be like, man, don't be too hard to heal.
Yeah.
So that's my sales pitch to get them in there, and hopefully that hit them hard, and they be like, I ain't got to be too hard to heal. Let me go ahead and heal and get some things out and release some weight that I've been carrying.
Have you seen any like positive outcomes that you might be able to share that may encourage some men out there who are listening to come to one of your sessions?
I mean, it's a place where you can just release that. You can come and talk about the hard things, even the fellowship of other men that 9 times 10 going through the same thing you going through, anxiety, depression, grief. These things are common, but you don't have to deal with it by yourself. Come be with it, supportive other men, and come let it out and come release some of that weight you've been carrying. And I know your back hurting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was one of the things that was most helpful for me. I remember actually co-founding the organization when I was in college. It was really just a space for black men at the college to come together because we were at a predominantly white college institution.
Okay.
And we just need a space. Sometimes you just need a safe space, right? The idea of the man cave, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where can I go and just be me? I don't have to put on.
That's it and that's all. And it's not necessarily for nobody who's schizophrenic or nothing like that. It could just be somebody who just had a bad day that day and just come talk about it.
Right.
So it's just an open door for anybody who need to come let some steam off, or, some things they might be conflicting with their mental and they need to just bring it out into the open and get it off their chest. And we have therapists there to give you the necessary tools to navigate you through that.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, that's one of the biggest things is because I was looking at a study that said for every therapist, there's about 400 people who need it, right?
Yeah.
There's not enough.
Not at all.
To go around, but I'm glad that you are creating space and opportunity to have trained therapists there who know how to utilize those tools to help us navigate.
And that was hard because if I'm not mistaken, black men therapists is only like 3, maybe 4 in the whole entire city.
Wow.
And I was blessed to come across 2.
Wow.
Oh, you have black male therapists?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got one that leads the teens and one different one that leads the men.
I always feel like that's so important. Anytime I speak to people, especially, people of color, being able to find someone who can relate to your experience is going to make therapy that much more beneficial because you'll be able to share that common ground versus someone who may not understand how you're navigating through the world just because they can't navigate it that way. So.
Yeah, and I was blessed to come across a black therapist that I went to school with that I knew was a nice, wholesome young lady, and I can trust with all my secrets and my thoughts. Mm-hmm. So I was blessed to come across her and start coming to see her, and it's going great, and I've been going to therapy for almost 2 years now.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah.
Renita Bigham, y'all need a therapist. She's amazing.
Awesome. I know culturally appropriate, care, and that just means that it's just one layer you don't have to explain from a cultural lens. You just kind of get it, right? Mm-hmm. That also facilitates. Hey, I'm comfortable speaking to this person.
Yes, sir.
They kind of get where I'm coming from. And I know you've been doing a lot of work as well. I know you just had a successful trunk or treat event. We kind of mentioned.
Yes, sir.
You kind of reached 300.
No, 500 kids.
500?
500 kids, and we had trunk or treat / Eileen Cosby kid coat drive, and we serviced over 150 coats. And we got a big donation from Hamilton Community Health Network, and they donated 50 coats.
Wow.
And other people, 420 Dispo donated 20. Different people that I know just donated, and we just all together came up with about 150.
That's amazing. I know you were mentioning how that coat drive came apart. Can you share a little bit about the backstory on that?
I called it Eileen Cosby coat drive because it's in honor of my grandmother that I just lost in January, and just found out at the funeral that the pastor was officiating, He said that my grandmother would come to church and she'd see a kid with no coat on, and next week she'd come back with a coat for that kid, no matter how many it was.
Wow.
So I decided that touched me, and I didn't know that. Well, my grandma always done a lot for everybody. She'd feed the whole street. We'd be playing outside, and you could smell the tacos from the corner, and everybody, can I come get tacos? Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
So my grandma feed anybody, but I just didn't know that part. But I know she was been a giver my whole life, and she'd look out for anybody,
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm reminded of one of my aunts, right? She didn't have any biological children,
Yes.
but she was one of those gifted people who knew your favorite candy and would always have your favorite candy,
Wow.
right?
Oh,
And
that's
she didn't just do
wonderful.
that for the children. It was everybody. Like, Dinka so-and-so, I got that candy for you. He's like, oh, you know what I mean? And that's just showing
It's just
love.
thoughtful people.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's still good people left in the world.
absolutely.
No matter how cruel the world might look, there's still some good people left.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely care. And I know in the community, and I was just telling my children about that. I'm like, yeah, the big mama. You always have one
Yeah.
person that's the go-to that kind of holds it down. She's like, well, these babies need to eat. So, like your grandmother, I'm gonna just make sure that they know they can at least come here and get something. You know what I
And
mean?
big holidays, the kids always eat first. Let the kids eat, then y'all grown people eat after these kids.
Yeah.
I think you need to say that again, because I've been to a bunch of community events and different things, and
Yeah,
you
that's how
the
my
grown
grandma
folks jump up.
Yeah, my grandma, that's how she was. The kids eat first.
Yes.
Fix these kids their plates, and then y'all eat next.
It's better
And
to-
ain't no taking no plates. Nope, you're not taking no plates out of this house. You can eat all you want to here, but you ain't taking no plates.
Be in the moment, kind of just be where you are.
Yeah.
Right. That's huge. So, talking about feeding and different things like that, we also mentioned that this past October you had a trunk or treat.
No.
The World Homeless. It was the World Homeless
yes,
Day.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
tell me
sir.
about that. October 10th.
October 10th every year is World Homeless Day.
Okay.
And basically, we had put together an assembly line of people that wanted to volunteer and help at Southwestern. So we assembled 300 lunches and just got out in the community and went to all the soup kitchens. The charity place right behind the taco place, behind
Catholic Church.
Yeah, Catholic charities went there. We went on Saginaw Street. We went downtown. We went by the river. We went somewhere everywhere you could think to find unfortunate people and give them a lunch. And each lunch contained a turkey sandwich with a slice of cheese, just in case they wanted cheese or didn't want cheese. Chips, fruit snack, and drink box, juice box.
Okay.
So each lunch had all that in the paper bag.
And you said 300.
300, yes, sir.
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
Really making an impact.
Yep, and then we was blessed to have, I think, 10 to 15 students from Southwestern seniors, and it touched their soul, and they loved every minute of it, and they was running trying to find anybody that they'd go grab a whole box and just run off and go find anybody they could feed.
Yeah.
And they had a ball, they had big smiles on their faces. I had other people that I just knew that was, helped me out and volunteered. So it was just a great team effort to do something big.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, like I said, you're out here doing the real work, getting people together and involved, and I loved how you're including the young people so that they can see, that they can make a difference.
Yes.
And, it's very helpful to focus on others, the needs of others, and what that does for you. It helps with the healing process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really powerful and impactful work, definitely that you're doing. And I know you got an event coming up, Community Thanksgiving. It's your 4th annual
Yes,
Community
sir.
Thanksgiving. Can you tell us more about that?
Come eat and give thanks with Flint, Michigan at Burston Fieldhouse, noon to 3 o'clock. We'll be having a full course free meal. So every year we feed probably maybe 500 people.
Wow.
So we be having 30 turkeys, 15 boneless turkey breast, 15 fried turkeys, probably 20 to 30 pans of sides, mac and cheese, yams, green beans, potatoes, dressing, corn, all the cakes, all the pies, all the cupcakes, all the cookies, water, lemonade, pop, just
all the things.
Yeah, everything you can think of. You're gonna leave full, and it's not for just unfortunate or homeless people. It's for anybody who want to play. And one of my main focuses was for people that didn't have no family, come eat with family.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to be alone on a holiday.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, this the first year I do it. I'm doing it on the Wednesday, the day before. I usually do it on Thanksgiving. But this year, my mom planned a cruise for my family, so it wouldn't be so hard on us having the first year without my grandmother at Thanksgiving. So we're going to Bahamas. So therefore, I'm just we planned it for the day before this year. But next year, it will be going back to Thanksgiving Day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And Burston Field House is on 3300 Saginaw Street, right?
Yes, sir. Legendary Burston Field House.
Absolutely.
Everybody in Flint should know where it's at.
Yeah.
Yep. So make sure you guys tap in, show up.
And we're taking donations, definitely taking donations for this, because all these great, wonderful things can't happen without money or time. So we need volunteers, we need donations, we need just support from the community to make these things happen, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just keep planning stuff and just hope God make a way. And usually he does. And all the time he does.
All the time. So how can people reach you to donate and support, maybe even with their time or their money or their talents?
You can catch me on Facebook, Ondante Lott. You can call my cell phone, 989-824-3121. You can email me at manmotivatedman2023@gmail. And I'm just out here in the world, so I'm not hard to find.
Okay.
There's a lot of people say they stay out the way. I'll be in the way.
Okay.
Get
that phone number one more time for those who was like, oh, I didn't have my pen.
989-824-3121.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
I appreciate y'all having me on, man. And don't forget to support my clothing brand, Solidified Clothing. And we just started Solidified Mentoring. So right now I'm working in different schools. I'm at Southwestern, I'm at Durant Torrey Mount, I'm at Brownell Mentoring. I run a couple programs. One program called Dreams of Being Your Own Boss Can Come True, after school program focuses on entrepreneurship and showing the kids about all aspects of entrepreneurship. And I have another program during school called Focus on the Solutions to Behavior Improvement.
Wow.
So I lead these two programs inside the schools, and I'm looking for other schools to sign up with. I got a couple of them pending right now, and I got an interview again tomorrow, actually, to try to pitch it. So I've been pitching it to different schools and, trying to make it happen and gain more schools under my belt, because I feel like my programs are impactful to the youth.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey, they are our future, and I appreciate you pouring into them, Mr. Ondante Lott.
Anybody need a motivational speaker, I'm available for that too.
There we go.
Yes,
Jack
sir.
of all trades.
See how I hit that on the break. I'll see what you're doing. All right,
Yes,
we'll talk to you next Talk About It Tuesday. Flint ReCAST.
My man, appreciate you.